Happy Friday! How's your Friday morning and Friday evening and Friday afternoon going? I trust that you are having amazing, fantastic Friday. All right, so I'm asking you, so how are you doing? Right? What's going on? How's your Friday going? Right? Some people, maybe they are end of the day Friday and getting ready for Saturday, or some people like me just start, right? Here is Friday morning, 8:30. But wherever you are, I'm always, I shouldn't say wish, but just like not hope, right? I believe, I trust that you are having amazing, wonderful Friday. Okay, so you know what? I'll get start going before anybody show up, but I show up. And then I know that some people, they do watch my live after I post it, right? On archive. Here you are, Peter-san. How are you? Happy Friday. How are you doing? Let me know. Happy Friday, Zara. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Let me know. Type in the comment how you guys doing, right? I want to know. Great. That's good. That's good. Great is amazing, right? And we were at Tessa's live we kind of learn, we shouldn't say kind of learn, how important to show up, right? On your day. Happy Friday, dear. Happy Friday. Thank you so much. And Peterson said, just completed 3 days training. Ooh, what kind of training you completed? You do I don't know. When it comes to training, I always think about muscle training, but I don't know. Or riders training, the terrace training, right? I want to know. I'm curious. Oh, Mickey T, happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Glad glad to see you here, right? Mia-san, oh, happy Friday. No, maybe where you are is almost Saturday, right? Mia-san, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Yeah, just type in a comment, how are you guys doing? Friday or maybe end of the Friday. It doesn't matter. You can do it in English, right? If you are bold, right? Or you can do it in Japanese. I understand both. Oh, teaching language. Cool. I know you teach Japanese, right? And then, so you are teaching Japanese. Am I correct? Right? If you're teaching, and then I would imagine that it's a lot of work teaching, right? Because everybody, when you learn, but it's a different, teaching is different things. You have to let people, you have to let people know, I shouldn't say let, but they understand. You have to teach that way people that they understand. It takes a lot of work and skill, right? Yes, but this time teaching Mandarin to government agency. Wow, すごい. That's amazing. Wow, teaching. Yes, you speak Mandarin too, right? And it's so important, right? If you want to do well in this world, right? And it's great idea to learn English, Mandarin, right? That's what I've heard, right? So, wow, that's amazing. Wow. So, yeah, you know what? Me, okay. So, I don't teach language, right? And then I teach video editing. And then every time I finish teaching video editing, right? Workshop, and I need a good rest. It's just so exhausting, And then sometimes I have like a little slightly fever. It takes a lot of energy, right? So congratulations, you complete it. It's a lot, right? It's a lot to complete, but you are taking little step, right? Show up each day, show up every moment for those people. You are helping people, right? That's amazing. Agreed. Yeah. I'm sure you guys have experience, right? When you're teaching, like you don't know, but you try so hard, you're doing so hard, and after that, you just like, oh my gosh, I have a headache. After finish teaching, I feel like I need to go to bed. Yes, Mickey T said teaching is very hard. It is hard. It is hard, right? And then we have a passion teaching. So we make sure the people understand, make sure they get the value, right? Make sure they can use it, what we teach. That's so important. And it's kind of funny. That'll kind of leads to today's theme too, right? So today I am going to talk about 3 small habits that change your life. 3 small habits that change your life. So small means it's easy to apply, right? And then means easy to keep doing it. That's so important, right? Because a lot of people, they are afraid of creating or start doing new habits, because they're afraid of failing, right? They're afraid of like, oh, I don't think maybe it's gonna only last 3 days. Or some people is gonna just like, okay, mom, you start learning English, and that's a new, like showing up learning English, new habits, but you only did it for like a month, or you only did it for 3 days, and then like criticizing, right? We are afraid. But we also know creating habits, or, right, you just build the habit, practice habits, can change our lives, right? So myself, I started to like 2020, March, beginning of the March, the world shut down, right? Do you still remember the moment? When I'm talking, even if the day, right, talking, I got goosebumps. And then I was told that I couldn't work. So I just like, okay, I can't work. I'm a hairstylist. My day job is hairstylist. So I cannot tell my clients. I cannot have my clients. What should I do? So I realized I have time. So I decided I'm going to create new habits. I'm going to practice something for me to change my life, right? So I just like, okay, I'll start yoga. So here in my salon, right? It's more than 3 years ago. I started to start practicing yoga. And I still doing it, right? So I know that practicing yoga, I'm not a yoga teacher, but it has helped me to change my life. It's for better, everything, like physically and mentally. So, we all know, but so many people, they're afraid to start practicing to have it. So here I am I will help you to do that. Like you wanted to change your life, right? So there are 3 ways, especially women and 50 and older. I want you ladies to take action after watch this. And you guys more than welcome too. I know you guys are so young, but it's more than welcome. So number 1, I'm going to just 3, right? I like the number of 3. I always tell that. So number 1 is habits, right? Habits of self-care. I want you guys to practice habits of self-care. Yes, it's so popular now. It's like you hear everywhere, self-care. And Tessa and I, we do self-care Sunday, every other Sunday, twice a month. It's so important. And lots of people, they just like, yes, it's important. we gotta build the self-care, right? Habits of self-care. And then, oh, thank you so much, Peter-san. So important that you can just write, put in the comments, and then really help. Everybody can just like, oh, visibly, they can see that too. Thank you, Peter-san. Yeah, so self-care is so important. And there's so many self-care practice, right? You can choose. But I will choose 3, very simple one. And some people, they can apply right after you watch my Instagram live, this live. So 1, habits of self-care. What should I do? What kind of self-care habit I have to just do it? First is sleep. Make sure you can have a great, good quality, amazing quality of sleep. That's so important, right? Because when you wake up, you feel different. And what I've been doing is, say, nighttime. We watch, or I should say maybe I watch Netflix. And then before, but I watch only one show. I really feel like I want to watch another one, especially on the screen. It just like goes to next episode. I don't want to stop it. Makes me feel like, oh my gosh, what's next? It's, but I wanted to have a good quality of sleep. So I just like, stop it. I tell my husband, I just like, I got tell myself to stop it, right? And I tell my husband, and that I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Like my routine is it's almost always same. 10:30, I go to bed. And then, I walked away. I walked out, so that's like, I train myself. That's my habit. I've been doing for so many times that, so it's like, it's my habit, right? Before just go to next episode, I just like, my brain said, stop it, done. That's a habit, right? You keep doing it so many times. It's so natural for me to do that. But on my day off, I spoil myself because we all need a reward, right? Don't you agree? Right? Reward. So I just like, okay, one more. That's it. Maybe, yeah. So that's all. Like just one more is okay because I usually go to bed 10:30. I cannot stay awake after 12. So, 2 more episodes is good. Oh, like 2 episodes are good enough for me. And another one is good diet, right? Self-care. Habits of self-care. You have a good diet. Eating well really, really helps, right? And I'm not going to just talk about like what you should eat and what is good for you and what kind of vitamins. I'm not going to get into that today because you guys know it. You guys know it. And I'm just talking through my experience. And then I find if I, just like nighttime, right? When I watch Netflix and I wanted to just have the Doritos, right? Doritos, it's so good. Doritos and potato chips, right? And I just like gonna do one, another one. I tell myself, don't do it. Because, when I wake up in the morning, my stomach feels yucky. And then I gonna feel awful in the morning. Not only my stomach feels yucky, my face get puffy because it's salt, right? It's just no good. All right, here you are, A.K. Ramseed Kukeha. Sorry. I do my best to read your name too. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, Pearl, happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming, Pearl. Yeah. So it's important. And also, I try not to eat. You guys hear me? I said, I try not to. So sometimes I do it. I'm not perfect. Something makes me feel tired. I always ask myself, I have desire to eat, like, for example, ramen noodles, right? And then just like, but if I do eat now, I'm going to feel so tired because it's like sodium and then carbs. So I know it's going to be, it's a outcome, right? So I just like, okay. And I tell myself, I know I want to eat the ramen noodles, but I know that ramen noodle makes me only satisfied. right? From mouth to just right here, tongue. And after that, it's just turning to mushy, like, makes me tired, like a big monster. So I just like, nope. If it's only makes me satisfied from here to only like that much, right? I will not have it. But yes, my favorite too. You like ramen too, right? I love ramens. Yes, Sadawanda-san. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Yeah, so when I do have a ramen, make sure my body it has to be a right time. There was a time I could eat ramen noodle like 2 a.m. in the morning, but it's like there was a time when, right? But now it's different. So I have to be very careful about what I'm eating too. I don't have iron stomach anyway. Thank you. I'm wearing white today. Thank you. Yes, and then here's another one too. Self-care, small habits of self-care is another one you can practice is extra time. If you have an extra time, and then have a nap, take a rest. I use this technique that it's been helping me. Oh, Charlotte, happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Today is English Day. So yes, I do whenever when I used to have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I just like, okay, I have 5 minutes, 10 minutes extra time. I'm gonna get my housework done, right? That time is gone. Now, when I do have 5-10 minutes, my body is just like, you gotta take a rest. You wanna be productive. So you have to slow down to be more productive, right? My body's telling me. So I just like, okay, I'll listen to you. I open the phone and I set the timer on my phone, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whenever I have a time. And I call this method is Sleeping Beauty. No, not Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. Snow White technique. What is Snow White? Like, I don't know, you guys watch Snow White, Disney, right? She sleeps in a coffin, right? And then eventually she'll wake up. So I have an image myself that I am a Snow White. And then I'm gonna have a beauty sleep. And then, you remember when she's awake, she looked so rejuvenated, right? She wakes up like that, right? And then the whole world just was cheering for her, like, oh, you're awake. So I want to be that kind of person. When I'm awake and I get charged up and it's ready to roll. So it's important to have Snow White time. And it means have a nap, take extra time. When I have extra time, have a nap. It's important. Your body's important, right? If you keep going and going, what's going to happen? End of the day, we burnt out. And we get it in not only body, our mind, we're going to get miserable. So anyway, that's it. So 2 is it's a small habits that you can practice. That you can change your life is habits of pursuing your hobbies and passion. That's so important because especially when you're young, right? You got so many things to do, but now I just like, it's important. I have to pursue my habits and then passion. It's just so important. That way, you will make yourself happy. Don't you realize that it's nice to go out all the time, whoever asks you, especially like this, summertime, come on barbecue, come on pool party. Okay, let's go to the bar. Okay, let's hang around the mall. It's okay, but don't you realize end of the day, just like, why did I go? Right? And then I always wind up like, I wanted to do that. It's nice to hang around with people. It's fun. But I just like, it's little Yuko is telling me that I know, like, isn't it better? Like, you stayed home and you just did your hobby, like, which is my hobby is, right? It's just, whatever your hobby is. Oh, hi Anna, happy Friday, right? That's why it's so important. It's so important to pursue your hobby and passion. And then those ones, actually, they don't make you tired. They'll make you fulfilled. They'll make you energetic, right? So for example, okay, I have to read, sorry. So spending time doing activities that makes you happy, right? So it's challenging new hobby. It's also important. Some people just like, here you are, Tessa, happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Some people are my age, they just like, I got no hobby. Okay, if you got no hobby, why don't you create ones? Why don't you just find ones? Oh, I don't know how to find. Okay, just like, okay, when you don't know how to find your hobby, just like I always tell like that way. Just like imagine, if you don't know, right? Just imagine you're in buffet. Yes, hobby, thank you. You're in buffet. There are so many things over there. And then like you go to the buffet and then just like there's so many of them you never try. So you put each stuff on your plate, right? Taste it, right? And then what is your hobby? It's a great idea. Oh, my hobby is hang out with Tessa. So each try, and if you like it, you're gonna keep going back and put a little bit more on the plate. So hobby, some people, they don't know, and they keep saying, I don't know what I like. I don't know what kind of hobby I have to do. Try, do it. You don't know, and if you don't like it, don't do it. Don't go back and grab it. If you like it, you taste more. That's how you find out. You don't know until you try. Do it, right? No, try. You don't know. And then, yes, I like that. My hobby is learning from Yuko. Oh my gosh, you are absolutely wonderful person. Right? Yeah, like, why don't you challenge anything? Just do it. It's not gonna hurt you. And what if some people criticizing you? Like, oh my gosh, you do so many things. You did that and that, right? Yes, and then like, just who cares? You want to find your passion and hobby. And then when you find something you really like, something just tickles you, you dig into it. Go all in, right? You chew it 30 times and it will absorb, that, and then it just, if you chew it, this is an analogy. And then like, it's more like if you chew 30 times and then digest super well and then get into like your body will enjoy, right? So that's the things too. So I would really, really suggest, I have hobby, right? And I have passion. I am very happy. I'm even happy I'm alone, right? I can entertain myself because I have hobby and passion. My life it's just like so much fun. Even if I just like feel so tired, I have something makes me very bothered, right? Something happens, I can recover so quick because I have hobby and passion. So number three is, right? 3 small habits that change your life. The third one is habits of self-exploration. Just all right. Oh, thank you so much. Did you hear that, Tessa? My hobby is watching both of your life. Oh my gosh. Peter-san. That's so nice. Thank you so much. You know what? I also say that my hobby is watching you grow on your social media to Peter-san. I've made a comment before that, right? Now I can see you're getting more comfortable, and then when you do collaboration on with movement makers, you are leading your friends like it's as a member of movement makers, because when the movement. We know it. We used to do collaboration, and lots of people, they had no idea doing IG lives. And you are leading, you're interviewing in amazing way. You're growing, right? So that's my hobby. You're welcome. Yes, self-exploration. Instagram kicked me out. I know Instagram trying to make us divorce. Oh, it's not gonna happen. Instagram is acting funny. I think I'm not getting there. Okay, all right. I'm gonna just go back to my own topic. Yes, self-exploration. Habits of self-exploration, right? Just like Tessa, Peter-san, we, me, right? Everybody, I would say everybody, like you guys, right? You guys doing very well, very well. And those things, it's self-exploration by taking action, doing that, and then you are changing your life little by little, and you are getting closer, right, to your goals. What you desire, right? Just getting closer to what you desire. So, but you don't. I always tell that, like, some people ask me like, oh, I don't have a big goals like you. And then it's just self-exploration. It's just too much for me. I said, okay, I am going to cut it a bite. I'm going to give you a bite size so you can apply. So here is a example of self-exploration. Speaking again, the word is exploration. This is like challenging for me. It's kind of hard to say self-exploration, right? It's L and R. Those two L and R is one of the most difficult words we pronounce, right, Peter-san? Right, in Japanese people. Anyway, so grounding, right? And then, okay, I'm gonna say three things first. Grounding, meditation, journal, right? Right? So that's important. Oh, added one more, reading books. Why those things are very important? To find who you are. Because you can connect your source. You can just like, it's like you can, how do I say? Like when you're doing that, you just can't, you gotta stop and you have to connect, right? It's not like it's like you're not real, you're by yourself. And then this is so important. Lots of people, they find, oh, I gotta find myself. They go outside of themselves. But you guys know that, right? To find who you are, here, you have everything in here, right? Yes, we find who we are by through connecting with you guys too, right? But it's also important to, you have to create a time to connecting yourself. And then the easiest way you can take action right now is grounding, meditation, right? And then another one is journal, right? Journaling and read book. It's so important. Maybe I'm not gonna ask doing read books. Oh, Mayumi-san, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Happy Friday, Mayumi-san. Yes, it's so important. And grounding, I do grounding every morning. And then, like in the morning, first when I landed the feet, right? I put the feet on the ground and I felt like it's cold, right? Because it's in the morning, it's just like it's cold. But like, but after that, I started to feel warm, right? Energy is coming through the ground and then that energy going through me, right? And then I started to feel like a good, should I say circulation? Energy started going around, like it's a ground and through me. And I feel something warm, energy is coming out inside me. It's just amazing experience. and I feel energy. I feel energetic. And it's funny things is, and then when I do grounding end of the day, and then it's like energy, I feel so relaxed. So it's amazing. Nature, and the universe, right? They always give us what we exactly need. We wanted to feel energetic, right? Universe and nature, they always just, okay, there you go. You feel energy. Now you got energy, right? Or when just like, oh, universe, grounding. Like nature, I am so tired. So can I put feet on the ground? I can just like leave that at maybe 30 minutes or whatever. They're just like, yeah, we got plenty of abundance, right? Abundance of energy, plenty of energy. Why not? And of course, universe and nature, they said, yes, and also I need your energy. And we'll circulate, it's kind of very ecosystem. And then, somebody else need it. So we're just creating those kind of great things too, right? So self-exploration is not only good for you and good for the others. And meditation too. Tessa always mentioned meditation. And then lots of people, they just like, no, as soon as I meditate, it's like all the thoughts coming up, so I can't do it. No, I tell you, and then I tell them like, no, that's why you do it. At the beginning, when we start doing something, start practicing something, we don't get the result right away. It takes time to get the result. It takes time to get the outcome, right? So same things, exercise. When I wanted to have a muscle, when I starting to push-ups, it takes time to show up as a shape, right? For shape. I don't get a muscle just like 10 push-up day one. You gotta keep showing up, consistent, right? You gotta keep what is called being consistent. Consistency is the key. The same thing's meditation. Just do it, just like Nike. Just to set the timer, right? 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Just start small. Don't do 2 hours the first day. Right? So just like do it like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever the time you can just feel like you can do it. And it's funny things, right? Don't you get things? 2 minutes is, don't you feel, when it's at the beginning, two minutes is like, it's only 2 minutes. But when you're doing meditation, sometimes like 2 minutes, especially at the beginning, wow, it's kind of long time. Sometimes you open your eyes like this. Is it already like 2 minutes? But still maybe 56 seconds, right? It's kind of funny, but anyway, you gotta keep practicing. And then by doing that, right? And then I feel like, it's a garbage or garbage and you don't need stuff. The stuff I don't need. It helps to clear them out by doing meditation. I feel so rejuvenated. And then also grateful. And then like I do ask one question before I do meditation. And then I can go within. And I always get an answer. So it's answer from me, right? It comes from me. And then that's just like, oh wow, it's really good. I didn't even know that I have that awesome answer. I'm so glad I did self-exploration, right? So that's so amazing. Anyway, so yes, I do really, really recommend those 3 small habits if you wanted to change your life. They're so easy, and then you can, and then it doesn't cost money. And then, but it's really, really, you have to keep doing it. Consistency is the key too, right? So anyway, thank you so much for being with me. I'm gonna do like this. Who's here? I observe this a lot. Mia-san and Pita-san, thank you so much for coming. I'm sure Instagram kicked out Tessa too. That happens, right? It's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. So this is still doing English in live in English, still challenging for me. I always tell you guys, I prefer doing Japanese. It's very challenging for still here. Thank you. But why I'm doing self-exploration. By doing that, right? I just find myself that I'm doing well. I have a strength. I don't give up. Great job. I discover myself that, wow, I have a strength, or I'm that kind of person. Like when I find something that's a bit challenging, I do it anyway, right? So it's good for me. It's good for me to do English, live in English too, right? Even if I don't speak perfect, right? And then now I'm doing so many times in live, right? In English. So now I start to get used to it. I don't speak perfect English, so what? I am learning. And next time I'm gonna be better, right? This I am always, every time I show up, creating opportunity for me to grow. And then I really appreciate, and you guys are with me, and then just giving me a lot of love, right? And then, yeah, that really counts, right? Like you guys showing up, that really, really counts. Anyway, so that's about it. So I trust that you will have amazing, wonderful Friday night and Saturday morning. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.